Now, look at this. This is the National Institutes for Health, and this is lymphoma caused by intestinal microbiota. Lymphoma caused by intestinal microbiota. Now, why are they saying it causes it? If you don't have the bacteria to break down the stuff in your lymph ducts, which are the toilets of your body, they collect there and they eat away at the linings, and then they cause inflammation. The inflammation causes fibrosis and scarring and all that stuff, and then it builds up, and then you just get totally damaged out, and then it starts to leak into your blood tissues, all of this invasive chemistry, whether it's pretty much, it'll be something alive at this point. They'll be spewing things out into your body, and then the alive things will eventually escape, other than just the things spewed out, and they will travel to places that will accept them, and they will invade those places, and then it will create infection, invasion, inflammation, and reaction there. And that's what cancer is, and that's what chronic diseases are. That's my opinion, and it seems to be pretty well supported now. And it does appear that it is the bacteria in the microbiota. And I would tell you what, if you right now put in any single disease you can think of, anything whatsoever, not one thing is off the table, not a single one. Put it in and follow that by "and gut health" or gut problems or gut issues, and you're going to find there's an association. 100%. It'll say that disease causes this problem in your gut. It's just the opposite. And put this out, probiotics don't do much for most people's gut health, despite the hype review finds. Now, I disagree with that review finding. Now, the next thing I also was a little concerned about was the way 60 Minutes presented probiotics. When I first saw the beginning to the show, they said all the right things. Oh, there's trillions of bacteria in there, and they're doing all their jobs and everything. And then after that, it turned to my way of thinking, basically to say that there was a lot of money to be made, be careful, there's really nothing to back up any of these claims, and they just dismissed it, basically. And that's what I took away from it. Now, here's what I am going to propose. I think I might have shown this, but this is the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. Can probiotics help fight COVID-19? Unlikely. Now, even help fight it. Of course it can help fight it. Probiotics help literally everything. And they regulate the immune system, they promote cell growth and all this stuff in the intestines. However, the evidence probiotics may provide these health benefits is not very strong. They haven't looked into them. We're going to look into them. And this is very disheartening to see that they don't talk about it in they haven't even looked at it. Let me put it this way. And they say beware of false claims. All right, so that's the problem. And that's the academics. And I say it's because of this issue, which I think I pointed out this before, is the Journal of Food patents on probiotics. And there is a plethora of patents right now. Down here, they say the authors are of the opinion that the field of probiotics holds a tremendous scope to deliver a plethora of health advantages, and research in this area. It is a very exciting stage. Well, they're really holding it down. And it does everything. As is evident from our review and abundance of patents by a large number of companies across the globe, research on possible role of probiotics is controlling lifestyle diseases, cancer, immunological disorders, cardiovascular ailments, obesity, diabetes, rapidly progressing, and the scope is widening further to include more aspects of life like weight management, oral health, cosmetics, personal care products, improved animal pet care, everything. It does everything. Allergies, antioxidant potential, dreadful viral infections like we're experiencing now, and rarely encountered but serious inborn errors of metabolism. Metabolism means chewing things up to break them down. That's the problem. They're missing the bacteria. They don't either know this or they just don't think there's enough money in it, because patents can only be put on things that are not living things. You can't patent a living thing, I don't believe. I don't think they can just say, this is a probiotic that I discovered does such and such, so I'm patenting it. No. So, tons of patents. And we can do this. I think we'd need some money to do it, obviously. This is what always bothers me. I don't want any money from myself about anything. I'm done with money. I just want to live my life and feel like I contributed something. And if I can do that, that's good for me and I'm off the case. But somebody's going to have to put some money in somewhere, and so the lab is going to have to be set up to do this stuff, or somebody's going to have to be subcontracted to do it. I've talked to people a little bit. I'm too old to get too involved in this, and I have too many other things going on. So if somebody wants to do this, I will do anything I can to help. You know, the best I can. Anyway, I think it's time that we look at the true nature of our body's ability to take care of itself. And it is. It's 100% take care of itself. You need these products out of these foods, but you got to get them into your body. And you can only get them into your body if you have the bacteria, and the bacteria does its job, and enzymes are created, and everything works perfect. Or we might be able to just get everything to work perfect outside the body and just consume that, and in it goes. I don't know. These are all things that need to be looked at. If they're not looked at, then there is no analysis. There's no ability to think along those lines, and that is exactly what's happened. In every field of research right now, and I am involved in literally every field of research, so I can tell you for certainty that there is no appetite to change the thought patterns of the ones that have the most to lose, which are the ones that have made statements. To walk away from those statements is to say, I was wrong, I made a mistake. And that takes a good researcher, and then they should be able to put their input in. I don't have everything, obviously, but I can tell you what, they're staying away from anything that puts them in jeopardy. And everything puts them in jeopardy if they start to speak up. That's the problem. I speak up because I'm not in, all they can do is, I don't know what they can do to me, other than just to keep ignoring me, that's what they've done. So, let's close the case. Somebody get a hold of me, and we will see if we can get this done and get some health going back. Because it's very simple, and you might be able to just do this from stuff that's in your yard. I'm serious. You need what is inside these growing things. That's what happens. You eat them. People are vegetarians. They're healthy. But you got to be able to break the stuff down. Now, I like steak myself. I'm sorry. My son says he's a vegan. He says I don't touch anything that came from something that had a face. That's pretty admirable. But I can't. I just didn't grow up that way. And I tell you, I like a nice rare sirloin. Anyway, let's let it go at that. All right. I love you all. Let's see what we can do to help ourselves.